Styn, can you introduce yourself in Pigeon World? When did you start? Who is playing in the family with you, and how do you manage to get your good times together to play with the birds?
We started here in this place at the year 2001, but before we raced also at my father's and my mom's home, and there are a lot of pigeons who came to here. When I am not at home, my father and my mother helps a lot with the pigeons. In the morning, my father cleans the lofts because I got to go early at school because I am a student at the high school in Ghent. I study chemistry, and when I'm not at home, my mother also let the birds train their usually flights.
Why do you sprint races?
We compete a lot of sprint race because the loss of the pigeons is not as high when you do a lot of further races, and also we like to know when the pigeons arrive because otherwise you can wait very long for the birds for the arrival.
How many pigeons do you start with? Young birds? How many old birds do you have? Hens, cocks, breeding loft? How many pigeons do you have, for example, approximately?
We've got 25 stock breeders. They all got their partners, but these are mostly the racing hens. And in the season we got 48, almost 50 racing cocks and 18 racing hens with their partner. And then we got also almost 150 youngsters to compete in the races.
What is the main strain in pedigree of your pigeons? With which kind of family did you start, crossed, and you built up your family, in fact?
We started with the pigeons of my grandfather, and these were a lot of pigeons from his uncle, and these were pigeons from the strain of Janssens. And there were also a lot of pigeons from the strain of Imbres of Borneval and Willitas of Melle. This was Willitas. This was a lot of pigeons from the strain of Floor Engels of Putte. And we mostly get some new birds each year. And the most successful one the last years were from Frederik Evert in Zwijnaarden and Aster Vergoten at Alter.
Okay. For the health of your pigeons, which kind of feeding system are you following?
The feeding system that we use from this year is from the Matador brand. This is a very good system, but it is only the first year we use the system, and I think it is that's why they fly so good in the races this year.
What's so special at the Matador food? What do you think their system of feeding? Is there something special in it, or special mixtures?
I think it is because it is scientifically proven that they can raise quicker from this food by the disturber of the food. And we also
during the week, are you giving different kind of foods when you have to break them down, birds, when they have to go to a race? Is there another feeding system or not?
There is certainly another feeding system, because the Matador system is so that they are break down to the top of their limits to compete in the races. and there are three sorts of food we use: the start, the fly mangling, fly, and turbo from Matador.
For the health of the pigeons, are you given extra vitamins, some antibiotics when needed, some products to have them in good shape, or is it all natural, or how do you follow your health of your pigeons?
We certainly give some antibiotics during the season because it isn't possible to keep the pigeons clean from diseases, but we also give some vitamins. This is mostly at the end of the week, and we also give some amino acids because this helps with the recuperation of the pigeons.
I guess you will breed also of your racers. When do you decide when you put your racing pigeons on your breeding loft, and on what criteria are you selecting them?
The racing pigeons are put on the breeding loft when they have given some very good youngsters last year, but also when they have raised so good that it is that they have to be on the breeding loft to give their qualities at youngsters.
Okay. Do you buy sometimes new pigeons from other fanciers to cross with your stock loft, or are you first playing racing with the birds before they go on your stock loft, or what's your plan to do that?
Mostly we buy yearly some new birds, but this doesn't work all the time. But this year we got some new birds from Styn Van Laere because we have some very good pigeons of him. For example, the first provincial of Orleans was one of his birds.
What's the most important thing you think for your playing of the birds to win with your birds? What's the key element?
I think the relationship between the pigeon and the fancier is very important, but also the feeding system.
Are you personally doing something special with the birds by training them or feeding them, or is it on time schedules or at feeling?
Everything. Every time the racing birds race at a certain time, and we follow mostly the schedule, but the feeding system is also very important, and there we follow the Matador system. Yeah.
Okay. When you race, do you give your pigeons extra motivation to keep them eager to win, or not?
The strategy we don't use.
Only leadership.
Yeah.
For the health of your pigeons, when you have a problem with some birds, some pigeons, are you going to a vet, or is it mostly on a regular basis, or do you do some tests if they are in good health or not?
We go on to the veterinarian when they are not racing well, but we also give something at our own instincts to keep the birds healthy.
Are you mixing some products then? This week such a kind of product, within 2 weeks another product?
Mixing, not exactly, but we use some different products to keep
the diseases away.
Yeah, and to keep the immunity away also.
Okay. Can you give me a little list of how many first prize winners you had, for example, the last 4 years per year?
This year we have won 62 first prizes. In 2009 we have won 34 first prizes, and in 2008 and 2007 we have won both years 30 first prizes.
That's a nice result. You have many good pigeons on your loft, but which pigeon won the most first prizes?
On our loft, we have two pigeons who have won 11 first prizes, and one of these pigeons is the father of Fanny, who has flown the first provincial of Blois.
Okay, and from which strain are these pigeons coming?
The strain of it is from Victor de Grote. This was Ras Imres of Bornival, and also from Freddy and Jacques van den Hede, and from Willitas from Melle, the strain of Flor Engels.
Flor Engels. How big is your pigeon loft? And you must have different sections in your loft. How many pigeons are per section, and how do you split them up?
It varies from section to section. The youngsters are in the beginning of the season on two, are split in a first round and a second round, and during the season they all come together to come in nest, and they are almost 90 birds of the first round and 50 birds of the second round. And downstairs we got the loft of the stockbirds, who is almost 13 square meters. This is the loft of the racing cocks, and next to it we got the loft of the racing hens, and this is, I think, approximately 6 square meters.
Styn, we are here now on your pigeon loft. And how many races are you playing per week with your pigeons?
This belongs to week. Mostly we race on Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday these are the half fondvluchten, and the sprint races on the Sunday.
On Sunday. In how many clubs are you playing with your birds, and how big are these clubs?
The clubs we are playing are, I think, of 5 clubs we can play in. The greatness of the club belongs from club to club. The greatest club we have is counts 50 leads, I think, members, and the shortest one I think counts 25 to 30 members.
When you are playing with your pigeons, are you working with the darkness system or not?
We use the darkness systems for the racing cocks and the racing hens, but also for the youngsters.
Okay. And when do you stop playing on darkness?
The darkness is stopped at the end of May for the youngsters, and in the beginning of April, at the ending of April for the racing hens and racing cocks.
Okay. Is it possible to show me a good pigeon of your loft, so that you can explain him?
This was to year the best racing cock we had of our old birds. He has won, I think, this year 4 first prizes, 3 weeks in a row. He has flown the first prize of Angeville-Durban, a race of 300 kilometers, of Orleans. He had also the first prize, and of Blois.
And which strain is this pigeon?
This is also the strain of inbred, with Freddy van den Hede and Willitas.
Let's have a look at the pigeon.
It's a grandchild of the bird who has flown 11 first prizes.
Okay, that's nice. Close the cock.
This pigeon was the first today. She is also a sister of Fanny, who has won 10 times top 4 this year. This pigeon has also won 1 first prize this year, and perhaps today another. This bird it's a cock who has won this year the first prize of almost 5,000 pigeons on the race of Orleans. It was a provincial race. His father is from Aster-Vervotte, from Alphen, and the mother is also from the lines of the Rivando. That's it. So as you can see, youngsters are always on the nest. You can see it on the loft. Oh, thank God. Wow. I think it will be all. This is the father of a lot of first prize winners in our loft. He is from the year 2004. It's a well-built cock with a very strong eye. He has won 11 first prizes in his career. He has flown 5 years on our loft.
Dat is best lang, hè?
Kun je toch misschien, ik weet niet.
Die jij? Nu kunnen zijn misschien een keer de afstamming van die dief. Interessant.
The father is a pigeon who has come from Victor de Grote. That was the most of it Ras Embrechts from Borneo, and the mother is bred from pigeons from Freddy and Jacques van den Hede, and from Willitas het Melle Ras Floor Engels. From this is it. Met de wildmeders. Daar komt die even. Ja, dat zie ik ja. Hè? Ja, vast om. Ja, ja.